This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. And I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our last guest for today is Didosio Hobby from Transmedia Creatives.
Didosio, welcome.
Thank you, welcome, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Hey, thank you for joining the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce.
It's a pleasure. It's a great group. I find it inspiring and quite inviting, so I'm looking forward to the journey.
And you and I met at the orientation.
Yes, we did.
So you're doing everything right.
Oh, I thank you.
And you followed up with an email.
Yes.
And I thought instead of doing that and having a meeting, I'd just have you on the radio show.
I'm honored, thank you.
And we'll talk a little bit.
Okay.
Because these are the same questions anybody would ask.
Sure.
And I'm going to play like I don't know anything.
Okay, that's fine. I'm happy to share.
And also Aaron may jump in.
Great.
When something gets over my pay grade. So tell me a little bit about your business.
Sure. Transmedia Creatives is actually a business unit for Hobby Corp, which is our corporation. We were founded in last year in August. Got really heavily involved here in the business in the last 6 months. So I just finished business school, and so the whole purpose of the business is to help other businesses get found. We operate in the internet space, in the media space as well. And ideally what we try to do is understand why a business may have trouble being found and provide solutions for that business.
Yeah, your motto is we connect all your dots.
That's correct. That's correct. So we provide business listing services, website development, search engine optimization, and social media marketing to start with. And from there, we really try to get a sense of what the clients are doing so that we can figure out the best solutions for them to optimize their resources and get found a lot easier.
What the clients are trying to do is sell stuff.
Yeah, well, they are selling things and they're selling their brand, and so we focus on really aligning their brand and their messaging with their keywords so that when the users or potential clients want to find them, they have something that they can look for and be found via their keywords and their searching.
When I do a search, I'm off the list now, but when I do a search, there's ads.
Yeah.
And those pop up first.
Yeah.
And do most people ignore those ads because they go, that's an ad, and they go down to the third listing?
I would say that it's kind of a even split.
Half of them go with the ad, half of them say, no, that's an ad.
Yeah, because ultimately what people, especially in this region, I'm finding is people, there's a sense of ownership in the Antelope Valley. And people really want to feel like this is an organization that's here in the Antelope Valley and that's serving the Antelope Valley. So they really more or less overlook the ads. Now, our clients, we have clients who do use the ad service, and that's fine. It really helps with your ranking as well. Excuse me. So it really depends on where the client is. That helps us determine where we want to start. And then we start there, and then the goal is to put a plan together and execute that plan so they can realize their goals.
I know that if you ask somebody to buy local, to be loyal and to buy local, you really need to follow up with that, because if you drop the ball, someone's trying to spend money with you, and you won't let them.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. And I think that, at least for me in the business that we have, we look at every potential or every prospective meeting as an opportunity to really help that business grow. And so part of what we do is we share a lot of information, because one of the most interesting things about the internet world is that people know a little bit about a part of it, and they don't really understand how all the pieces fit together. And that's what some of the competitors, some of the more successful companies understand, is how all the different pieces need to work together in order for them to be elevated in the rankings.
But this is the high desert.
Well, even in a high desert, you want to be found, because here's the reality is, nowadays, if the response doesn't come up in the first page, most people don't even go any further. The other thing that I find really prevalent in this environment is you have information aligned with your business that may not be correct. So in other words, someone might look for you in one place and find some information, and look for you in another place and find other information. And to me, those are opportunities that are missed.
Yeah, they're not going to a third place or a fourth place or a fifth place.
And not only that, but when Google does its ranking, its rating to figure out where you fit in, if it sees that conflict, then guess what? Your ranking goes down. So what we encourage businesses to do is go with a business listing service so that their information can be consistent across the board, and make sure that they're doing everything possible to get elevated in the ranking.
So that's basically what's the most important action a business can take to increase awareness.
Yeah, I feel like businesses have to take my experience has been and I understand that there's a smaller market here as far as some of the businesses are concerned, but I do think that every business needs to have a budget for some marketing. You have to do something. Your website alone won't stand. It won't do the job. So you have to have keywords. You have to have your business listing. You have to have a strong, optimized website. These are the things that work together to help you organically, to help you naturally increase your ranking.
How about the website that the Lancaster Chamber has through Chamber Nation? Have you looked at that? Have you talked with Mark over there at the Chamber office?
Mark and I shared a couple of conversations. That's actually a really good question, because one of the things I want to do is I want to get back to him, and I want to have some more dialogue with him about it, because I do feel like there's some things that can be done. I'm always looking for what's the next best thing. So regardless of where you might be, unless everything is working just fine and it's flowing and you're getting the conversions and such that you need from your campaigns, then you don't need anything done there. But if you have anything that you want to get done, I start by looking at what you have and making it appealing. I want people to feel good about what they see when they go to your website. I really put a lot of effort into making it aesthetically solid.
Yeah, I think that it would be great if you'd talk with Mark, because we've got a website, but people haven't gone in and populated it. So there's nothing to look at when you go in.
I'm pretty sure, because I do go to the various meetings, so I'm pretty sure our paths will cross again, and the next time I see him, if I don't make a concerted effort, I'll definitely set some time up with him.
What are some of the markets that you do focus on?
We are not constrained to any market. If you are a mom and pop shop, if you are a nightclub, if you are a dentist office, whatever it might be, we can provide service to you, because in our world it's just digits. Ones and zeros, the code that makes the website work. So we're not constrained to any market. And we're also not constrained to any region, because of course this is graphic, this is digital, so we can provide service to Palmdale, Lancaster, or wherever. We're not constrained at all.
It is an interesting market.
It is. I like it. I find the people here I like the fact that there's a really big concentration on family here, family and community. And the business community that I've come in contact with has been really good. There are a lot of people really committed to it, who are some people more established than others, but consistently across the board, let's look at how we can work together to do something that's going to benefit all of us.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there is. It's a lot of fun. I like that.
Your media space, what is one of the highlights of your career?
Oh, now that's a really good one. About 8 years ago, myself and another I was approached by another filmmaker, a lady by the name of Abby Ginsberg. I was living up in Oakland. And she had received a grant from Gilead Pharmaceutical to do a project around HIV and AIDS awareness in the African American community, because at that time it was such a bad situation. And I knew the community because I had just finished a small documentary about HIV and AIDS in the black community in Oakland. And so she approached me, and that morphed from a minimum $50,000 grant to over $200,000 by the time we were finished. We created about 24 public service announcements.
Wow.
We engaged the community. It was actually in a couple different languages. We engaged the community. We brought the community together. It ultimately became a citywide initiative. It was embraced by Mayor Ron Dellums. Became a citywide initiative. And from there, it just really, really helped to stimulate the dialogue. And I personally believe because of that, I've saved lives.
And now you're in the Antelope Valley.
Yeah, I love it here. I love it here. I came here because I enjoy peace. It's really important to me. And I want to find a place that I could find peace, that I could have great neighbors with, and that there was a business climate that would work for me, and all those things I find here.
It's close to Los Angeles.
That too, yeah, yeah, and that
That's kinda
actually, yeah, and since I'm also into film, of course, that's one of my other play areas.
You are.
Yeah.
We're filming today.
Yes. Hi.
So how do you discover opportunities?
So part of my strategy is to connect with as many different networking entities as I can. For instance, the Chamber of Commerce. I'm also a member of the local BNI group, and with the group that allows me to talk to other business owners, I find that speaking to business owners who are real serious and know specifically what their needs are, it really saves a lot of time. I don't have to worry
That's who
about,
you're looking for.
yes, business owners, the decision makers who understand they have a very specific need or they have a very general need, but they need someone to come in and help them through the process. And what I try to do in most cases, I believe, give a man fish, he eats today, teach him how to fish, he eats forever.
Forever.
And so I try to provide as much information as I can when I interact with my clients to help them see that these are things that you can do if you choose to do them, or you can have us do them. So we don't have a cookie cutter approach. We basically focus on where the need is, and we craft our solutions according to what that need is.
You don't just pull something off the shelf.
No, we
Plug it in there.
don't. No, in fact, to me, that's boring. And when you do that, you miss the opportunity to really learn about your fellow citizen.
Right.
And to me, I like to know about people. I love people.
It comes through.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being on. Stick around a little bit because Aaron and I are going to chat with you a little bit more.
Sure, absolutely.
And thank you for joining the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. Contact information for you.
Oh, yeah, so you can reach me, and we set up a real easy to find landing page. It's called Merged Media, merged.media, or you can call me directly at 323-645-0996. We're available most of the time, but we return all calls. So those are the two sources where you can find us.
Didosio Hobby, Transmedia Creatives. Hey, thanks for being on.
Thank you. It's a wonderful pleasure. I appreciate it.